everyone! In this video, I'll be sharing my top 5 favorite moments between Sana Kurata and Akito Hayama from Kodocha. This video will include moments from both the anime and manga, and of course there will be spoilers, so view at your own risk. Feel free to come back to this video if you haven't finished the series yet and don't want to be spoiled. Now, without further ado, here are my top 5 favorite moments between Sana and Akito. For my number 5 spot, I chose a manga-exclusive scene that happens in Volume 9. Sana and Akito have finally started dating, and Sana decides to try new hobbies out of excitement from being Akito's girlfriend, which is one of the cutest things I've ever seen in the whole series. Might even be more adorable than her raps from the anime. Anyway, Sana tries knitting a sweater, which she fails miserably at, and it comes out only as a little sliver of cloth. She gives it to Akito anyways. After they head back to Akito's home after their first date, Sana notices that Akito put the quote-unquote sweater around his dinosaur statue's neck, which causes Sana to break out into a fit of laughter. After this, the two share a kiss before Sana goes back home. I love this moment as it comes after some really tense situations in the series. It's a nice heartwarming moment that shows Akito's softer side and how much he loves Sana. I also love how this is the first time we see Sana really embracing her true feelings for Akito. A precious and meaningful moment all around. After Sana's mother releases her book My Daughter and I, the Kurata household is in shambles from the things that have been revealed in the book, and they are being harassed by the media outside. During a heated argument between Rei and Misako, Sana is reminded of her traumatic past and starts to cry because of her overwhelming emotions. Meanwhile, Akito comes riding on his bike through the crowd of reporters and enters the home to witness the three standing there in detention. Seeing Sana in tears, he puts his hat over her head and the two ride away from the scene and past the reporters. As soon as they arrive in Akito's house, Sana tries to play it cool, but cannot hide her true emotions for long and breaks down in tears once again. She comes to Akito for comfort, and he holds her close to soothe her. This is the first time in the series where Sana is truly vulnerable with Akito. One could argue that she was during the field trip in a few episodes/chapters before, but I feel that this scene gives her vulnerability more emphasis. All of her secrets are now known to Akito as well as the world, so she no longer has any metaphorical walls to hide behind, and Akito didn't have to pull anything out of her. Also, I love the shot in both the anime and manga of Akito holding on to Sana with that serious expression. It really shows how much he cares about protecting and comforting her, and also shows us how much Sana trusts Akito at this point. Much like the previous entry on this list, the episode/chapter when Akito's dad has to go to the hospital is the first time we see Akito very emotionally vulnerable with Sana. After the Hayama family is starting to finally get along, it all seems to fall apart in a matter of one day when Fuyuki collapses and has to go to the hospital. The two siblings are fearful that their father is going to pass away. Akito calls Sana to let her know what is happening, and she rushes to him immediately. Once Sana arrives, Akito breaks down and hugs her, telling her that he doesn't know what he'll do if he passes away. In this moment, the reality of their lives set in, and Sana reflects on how they are just children, even though they try to act more mature than they really are. It's situations like this that really do put things in perspective, and I love how this moment is not only romantic but also realistic. We are so used to seeing Akito putting up his cold and smooth facade, and here we finally see him in a moment of weakness, giving more dimension to his character. This also shows us how Sana cares for him, dropping everything to go see him in the hospital. I love how this scene is not only a bonding moment for the two characters, but also adds more depth to them individually, which made me even more invested in the story from that point on. In the final chapters of Kodocha, Akito's dad has made the decision to move the Hayama family to America. From shock, Sana develops the doll syndrome, which makes her completely emotionless due to her intense stress and sadness. Sana shows no expression on her face and is unable to smile. Feeling like the situation is hopeless, Sana and Akito decide to run away. Sana takes her money and they spend a day at an amusement park and head to a hotel once the day is over. Akito becomes extremely frustrated with Sana as she's not realizing that she has this condition, and he tries to explain to her that she has the psychological illness that prevents her from dealing with her problems. Akito breaks down, and for the first time in the series, we see him really cry. Not just a tear, but he starts sobbing in front of Sana and tells her that he'll be lonelier without her and that he can't handle this himself. After this, Sana finally starts to come back to reality and comforts Akito until they fall asleep. This is such a beautiful moment and is probably in my top 5 manga moments in general. The fact that this is the first time we really see Akito cry like this makes it even more powerful, since he is a character who's usually very logical and stoic. It conveys the gravity of the situation and the weight of the suffering that it's given to Akito. It's also interesting to see Sana overcome her psychological trauma through these chapters. I love how these themes are explored so heavily, as I found it relatable and also very therapeutic. I think anyone who struggles with mental illness can learn a lot from reading these kind of stories. It's never easy dealing with these issues, but reading a story about a character's struggles can make us think about how we can heal from our own trauma and face our personal demons. In Sana's case, it sometimes takes someone else to put a metaphorical mirror in front of our face to show us that we have a problem. I think this is also a testament to how strong Akito's love for Sana is, and how being apart from her will crush him. This scene really resonated with me because it made me take a step back and really analyze my own behavior, and how my anxiety influences me in my relationships with others. Sometimes if I'm really struggling in real life, I like to reread this chapter because it puts things in perspective for me. It's a reminder that sometimes my anxiety paralyzes me from actually working through a problem, and it gives me the motivation to think about solutions rather than worrying about the negatives. It's not always easy, and sometimes it takes a while, but this is such a comforting and eye-opening scene that I always go back to during my darkest moments. It also fills me with so much joy seeing how much Sana and Akito love each other, and it really shows in this scene, even if it is gut-wrenching. This scene is also a great climax for the series before Akito leaves to America, because it has such a great sense of resolve for both of our main characters. My number 1 moment from the series has to be the Christmas kiss, which occurs in both the manga and the anime. While this moment doesn't have as much going on like the other moments on this list, I just love how heartwarming and cozy it is. It's the second kiss shared between Sana and Akito, and the first kiss Sana considers to be real, which gives us some insight on her true feelings for Akito at this point in the story. It's adorable how Akito was having trouble coming up with a gift for Sana for Christmas, and how before the kiss, he decided to make her a snowman. It's such a sweet gesture, and shows how important making Sana happy is to him. I also think this is the most romantic kiss between them in the series, since it's Christmas and the first kiss where the feelings are pretty much mutual, even if Sana hasn't realized them yet. This is definitely my comfort episode and chapter of Kadocha. Thank you for watching the video. So what did you think of my list? What are your top 5 Sana and Akito moments in Kadocha? Please let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. See ya!